today, I want to start the video with a quote that I saw on Facebook, and it states that I intentionally avoid spaces that requires me to be a reduced version of myself. And you know why people are always attacking me for making videos like this? It's because the world is always comfortable once you decide to be everything else and not yourself. You are going to become everyone's favorite the very moment you decide to live as a reduced version of yourself. But you know what? I got me only one calling in this world of mine, okay? I have only one calling, and that is to let people, especially women, know that they don't have to lose themselves to keep somebody else. If you have to chase it and lose yourself in the process, sis, you're not only fighting the wrong fight, but you are equally reducing yourself. And today I want to show you ways in which women reduce themselves, especially in relationships, and why they don't have to. Okay, you don't have to lose yourself, you don't have to reduce yourself to become any man's favorite. And the first way in which women reduce themselves is by being overly nice and understanding. See, I get it. You're trying to get him to like you, but that does not mean you should settle for breadcrumbs when you can get a toast. That does not mean you should continually say yes when you know that this is disrespect. You've been trying hard not to offend him, but at what cost? Your self-respect? No, sis. Every relationship needs forgiveness. You have to be willing to forgive a lot and let certain mistakes slide, okay? But then you should not let a man get comfortable with disrespecting you. Because once a man gets comfortable disrespecting you, he's not going to stop. And you, on the other hand, would not want to say anything so that you don't bring up a quarrel or so that you keep the peace. But where is the peace? There is no peace, because the only peace your silence is keeping is his peace and not yours. Deep within you, his attitude towards you is making you question yourself, but you're afraid to speak up. You're always tiptoeing around his ego because you don't want him to trigger, because once he gets triggered, he's gonna raise his voice and still blame you for his disrespect. If you think that being overly nice, understanding, and not speaking up for yourself is gonna bring any peace, you are rather causing stress for yourself, because every night when you put your head on your pillow, you will cry and wonder what you've been doing wrong. You cry and wonder why this man cannot respect you. But although you teach people how to treat you, you have no control over a man's inability to respect himself, and by extension you, but you have control over how much access you allow this man to have to you. Because if you respect yourself, you will not continue to stay with a man who does not respect you. Because once a man does not respect you, he would not value you, and since he does not value you, he will treat you anyhow. But sis, you have to remember that you deserve better, okay? Next way in which women lower themselves is by having to prove themselves every single time, and this spills from my last point that says that if a man does not respect you, he would not value you, and because he does not value you, you would have to prove to him every day that you are worthy of his love. Sis, you don't have to prove yourself, because if God gives you a man, you wouldn't have to prove anything, because that person, even before they approach you, would know how much worth and value you stand to bring into their life. Even after you lower your standards and try to prove yourself, you cook, you clean, you wash, you have sex with them, they will still dump you because they were not wired to see your worth. And that is why if you have to prove to a man that you can be a wife material, then that man does not deserve you, because I know women who lowered their standards and still lost the battle. I'm not saying that you should not do anything for a man that you love, but make sure that he's seeing those things as privileges and not your obligation. Next way women lower themselves is by allowing themselves to be a secret. Look, if you love something, you show it off. You tell everybody what you have because you are proud of it. And so if he says that he wants you to be a secret and you agree to that, can you confidently say that he is proud to be with you? It's one thing to have a private relationship and another thing to have a secret one, okay? And there are only two reasons why a man would want to keep you a secret. First of all, he is not sure of you, and so he wouldn't want to show you to anyone or tell anyone about you because he does not want to explain himself if he decides to leave. And the next one is that there is somebody else. You are just a side piece. And so he wouldn't want you to come and ruin the relationship that he has going on. And by the time you realize this man will be married, he'll come and show you his wedding card. And you'll be surprised because you allowed yourself to be a secret. Look, you are too precious to be hidden somewhere. You are a light. You are a shining star. Be with somebody who is proud to show you off. I know that titles do not mean anything, because a man will still cheat on you and behave bad towards you if he wants to. But we know, as women, we know this kind of things. Our intuition tells us a lot. And sometimes once they say that, let's be a secret, your heart jumps. Since you know, okay, you know it. So stop trying to justify it. Stop trying to justify being a secret, because you don't deserve that. If being a secret is working for you, that's fine. But do you really want to be with somebody who is not sure about you? Because you lower and discount yourself anytime you allow yourself to become an option to someone. You deserve to be with somebody who knows that you are all he wants. And that's where women lower themselves, is by allowing themselves to stay in toxic relationships and situationships. See, you know what happens when you stay in a toxic environment is that you become like that environment. And this is why we see a lot of women revenge cheating. Meanwhile, that is not whom they are, but their body has to adapt in that toxicity as a way of protecting themselves. It is your sole responsibility to exit a situation once it becomes toxic. Because if you don't, that person who is hurting you will not leave. Because for him, that is his nature. He thrives in that toxicity. No toxic person deserves you to change and become like them, so you could keep that relationship going, because you know yourself that you are not somebody who is emotionally unavailable. But all of a sudden, you are becoming cold and emotionally unavailable so that you can cope. And that is what you want. If that relationship cannot magnify the sweetness in you, but it's rather making you bitter, then you should know that you are in a place where you are not supposed to be. Everybody has room for improvement, because nobody is perfect. There's nothing like a perfect relationship. But one thing I know for sure is that a relationship that is meant for you would not leave you confused and questioning yourself. If you have to live with this person as a reduced and toxic version of yourself, then you are with the wrong man. Because a man who loves you would want to see you better. A man who loves you would want to encourage you to show up as a better version of yourself, and not become callous and wicked and cold-hearted because you want to cope with him. Sis, the good news is that you can get this man to value you, okay? And if you really want to do that, then I got me the right playlist for you. So click on this video next, and till I see you there, take care of yourself.